Well, hello YouTube. YouTube stuff in review. Bugger. I don't know, I'm just doing all random shit. I thought I'd sit here and have a cup of coffee and think of some intellectually stimulating things to say. No, it just doesn't come to mind really. I'd rather have a beer to be truthful, but I don't have any in the house unfortunately, but it's fine, I'll get some later. Get some for the weekend most likely. Right, so I'm having a stimulating coffee while I'm thinking to myself, well, hold on a second here. What things have pissed me off in the media lately? Well, you know, there's the main amounts. Let's see. Coming back to the government, the current government is shocking in Australia. The way the government, generally the way the government's handling things regardless is bloody shocking. And just generally annoying, frustrating, and needs revamping. The entire government just needs to be thrown out and, you know, revamped, you know, put some new fresh pins up there. I'd say it, but sad fact of life, it happens. Government does get old and government does wear out, so probably the same with the American government too. Probably a few governments out there we could honestly replace and people would be a lot happier. So the necessary facts, the necessary and the bad and the good, and the good, the bad and the ugly. Anyway, I'm going to go with the good for the moment. Good and bad things in the media. Stuff I've been reading. Oh, I just love reading some of the interesting things that come across the internet, especially these days. It's fucking shocking what people actually put on the internet. It's to the point where, okay, hold on a second. You're putting this stuff up for what reason? Is there a is there any logic behind it? No, there's no logic. You're just an idiot, or you're a fucktard, or you're retarded, or I mean, not that I'm trying to actually. No, that's an insult to retarded people. That really is. That's an insult to retarded people. So I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say it's fucking stupid because there are just some people that the lack of being able to explain how they are as a person, or I mean, just generally, the intelligence level is so low. You can't even consider it to be minutely intelligent. I don't know. And look, it's not everybody. It's not everybody I see. It's not everybody I come across. Which is some people are going to go, really, you were the sperm that won. Really, I really want to know how. Well, I guess it's not that hard to swim. I mean, athletes swim. I mean, most people consider like athletic ability. So, athletic ability. I mean, my athletic ability is not overly great, but then saying that I can defend myself, I know I did my taekwondo back in high school and shit. So, I know how to defend myself. But I mean, fuck, I don't know. It's just no. There's just some people I don't get, and there's some people I don't understand. With the concept that a mum doesn't want to go out with a guy simply because, okay, hold on, let me get this correct. She wants to go out with a guy who has criminal tendencies, or some type of guy that really has like a bad reputation for just leaving and dropping girls as soon as they're pregnant or something like that. I mean, I don't know. You see these, I don't know. Look, it's stupid. It's stupid on my mind. We nerdy guys never get enough compliments in the sense of what we're stacks better than, say, somebody compared in the bracket of, it's like, I'm this really cool dude, I'm this really, really hungry, this really, really cool dude, I can make all this happen and stuff. I mean, percentage of those alpha males end up falling flat on their face a percentage of the time. I mean, look, I'm not a thin individual. At the same time, I'm a beefy guy, so I know how to defend myself if I need to. But at the same spectrum of it, I'm a nerd. I'm a complete and utter nerd. I love my Doctor Who. I love my Star Trek. I love my Red Dwarf. I love all my good comedies. I love my bad comedies. I love my intelligent comedies. I love my sci-fi. I love Star Wars. I love all this stuff. It's just how I am. It's nerd kingdom, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to nerddom. Nerddom. I like that word. But yeah, that's pretty much my whole point of view. There's nothing wrong with being a nerd. There's nothing wrong with being a closet case, or per se a closet case as much as I mean, there's a closet case there's coming out of the closet in the UK, but then there's a closet. Well, I classify myself as a closet freak, except at the same time I'm a freak, but I'm also a nerd. I'm a freakish nerd, which is good or bad. I don't know. I reckon it's pretty good. I actually don't think it's a bad thing to be freaky. I don't reckon it's a bad thing to be freaky, and I don't I don't think it's bad to be nerdy either. At the end of it, you've got to, you got to live for yourself. You got to live for yourself, do what you need to do, and get along with life. Because at the end of it, you can sit there all depressed. You can sit there feeling all crap about things, and it's going to make you feel like shit, And I've had my moments where I literally feel like crying. Well, no, actually, I don't cry very often. I'm a bit psychotic that way, in the sense I don't cry as often as I should, and I should probably cry more. Which, according to some people, according to a couple of people I know, that's exactly how I am. And then, I'll have a bottle of scotch and I'll end up crying a whole shitload. But, that's my point. Thinking about the logic of it, right? In my mind, I work on the premise that, as long as you're happy with who you are, your inner image. At the same time, as long as being happy with yourself, there's going to be days where you're going to look at yourself and say, fuck, I'm an idiot. Or you're going to just turn around and say, slap yourself across the face because you don't reckon you did a good fucking job in the first place, or you could have done a better job. Fuck, nobody's perfect. I mean, everybody is entitled to a fucking mistake, people. Seriously. People are entitled to mistakes. People are entitled to make fucking errors. People are entitled to gloat if they choose to. People are entitled to put things forward if they choose to as well. Alright? People can gloat, people can put things... I mean, as long as you're not a bad sport about it. I mean, fuck, people... It's almost like people incessantly get jealous because it's like, oh, this person has this better, or they do that better. Look, fuck it. Who cares, to be honest? Who gives a shit about other people's opinions on a certain level, you know what I mean? I mean, to a certain extent, you do what you need to do to get by. You do what you need to do to survive. You do what you need to do to function as a human being, as a part of this human race, At the same time, try to make yourself happy too. Don't try to be unhappy. Well, you're going to have unhappy moments. Admittedly, I've had my unhappy moments. Admittedly, I take meds for it, but at the same time, my meds aren't always cascading. They're not always things that I need necessarily. They just balance me out, basically, which is a plus side. But, at the same time, once I'm balanced out, I'm fine. I'm pretty cool. But, I have my moments where it's literally, I have this state of depression where I go through these times and periods where it's like I feel like the entire world is against me or everybody's against me because I'm just generally paranoid at that time. And, that's part of my schizophrenia, down to it. In essence, that's what it is. It's being overly paranoid about stupid stuff that you don't even realise you're paranoid about to start with, and then you think, oh shit, why am I paranoid about something so stupid and petty? Or why am I being paranoid about people doing that when they're not doing it in the first place? I'm just assuming they are. And the whole context goes of, if you're... well, the whole context in my mind goes, if you assume too much, you're only making an asshole out of yourself, initially. So. Assuming too much can sometimes get you in trouble. That's just the point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to get across here. So yeah. What else have I got? I got shitloads of stuff. I'm thinking coffee is always good. Coffee makes you feel so good. I love coffee. Yes, I do. I also love good cappuccino too. That really kicks your ass as well. That's the two. Beer, alcohol definitely makes you feel drunk, and it definitely makes you feel... I don't know, for me it makes me a little more stupider in some instances. It makes me a little more, not stupid, it just, yeah, okay, it does make it a little more stupid, but it also makes me just a bit more abrasive. Not abrasive, yeah, a little bit abrasive, but also just makes me laugh a lot. It's like, you're like a buzz off it, really, to be honest. At the end of it, I'm only myself, correct me, I'm only being myself, really. So all I try to do is be myself, and I can't be anybody else. I'm a unique individual, and I like to be a unique individual. It's just how I am. I'm not perfect. I'm not admitting to being perfect. I don't think anybody can admit to being perfect in this world. This world is just, it's a context of, oh, you must be this perfect body image. You must be this. Fuck off with your perfect body images, people. Jeez, Lou fucking Weezer, I look like something that crawled out of the fucking lagoon, for fuck's sake. I look like a mutant. Well, I am partly a mutant, I believe. That's just mutant DNA, I'm assuming, anyway. It was part and parcel, anyway. Yeah, I'm just going to assume it's mutant DNA. But, But laugh, people. Enjoy yourself. Have a sense of humour. Have a sense of humour about everything in your life, you know, not including and down to the most craziest things you think you can have. Hair applies, for example. You can have so much fun with these. Ripping people's toes off. No, just kidding, but it's all a joke. It's all a funny game, so somebody loses a toe. But yeah, no, it's fucking funny. Alright. So thinking off the top of my head, these are actually quite nice, by the way. These are quite little snazzy things. These really, I like these, I really do. I'm going to put these in my toolkit. Have a little fun with these. Well, no, I'm not going to start ripping people's toes off. Unless, of course, it's a pedophile, then I may consider ripping their toes off and other implements as well. I may consider doing damage to them quite extensively. But that's only in that instance, and it's only those type of people I don't really like. Everybody else I get along with fucking fine. It's just those people I don't like. Otherwise, I'm a very calm, constructive individual with a very nice soul and a good frame of mind and a lovely heart. Most of the time. Depends on the day of the week, really. You know, just have those days of the week where you just don't want to, well, you know, you have those total situations where you just don't want to avoid, you just want to avoid the entire human race for like a week. It's like, fuck you, I don't want to talk to anybody, get out of my way. Fuck you, get, go, leave me alone. But yeah, that's pretty much my premise. It's pretty much my whole point. You gotta be able to enjoy yourself and you gotta be able to live. Nothing wrong with living for yourself either. There's nothing wrong with making yourself a #1 priority in the sense of things you do. If other people benefit around you, there is nothing wrong with that. If you make yourself a priority at first, and then you work it around to be your family, your friends, and your close family and close friends who get the benefits of you actually making something a benefit for yourself in the first place, nothing wrong with that at all. That is perfectly reasonable in my mind. That is perfectly reasonable, perfectly sane in my mind, you know. At the end of it, you have to look after yourself, because otherwise, if you don't look after yourself, who the hell is going to do it for you? I mean, you know, you can get other people to look after you, sure, but truly, is it as an efficient job as you can do yourself in some situations? But yeah. Anyway, catch you. I'm going to leave it there, YouTube. I honestly am. I'm just going to leave it there. Because, man, it's just so cool, motherfucker. I do love players. I do love these. I love this fucking thing. This is a cool knife. It has like heaps of little settings and fiddly bits and pieces. Pliers! No, I'm just kidding, but I don't know. It's all good. I was already crazy to start with, so that's fine. But yeah, it helps me totally insane, so yeah. Bad shit crazy just goes down so well these days, it seems to work for everybody else, so worked for me from the beginning, to be honest. I'm a little more saner than I seem most of the time. I'm pretty even anyway. Thank you, stay tuned, got some more stuff coming up. Interesting bits and bobs and booby watsits, and I'm probably going to end up putting a watercooling kit into my nephew's computer, which I think I was saying in the last video that I posted, which was, what was I going to do? He was going to put a watercooling kit in his computer. It'll be a Cooler Master one, so I'll actually have to show the installation of it, just initial things, and like get the installation of it and things like that. One of the bracketing systems similar to what the cooling system he's got in there now, so probably end up doing it anyway. Stay tuned. Thank you YouTube. Please, I have more coming up, I promise. Won't include games, most likely drunken flurries. McFlurry. No, I'll end up having a couple of drinks on the weekend. I'll probably do like a drunken rant, or thing I'm particularly pissed off about. I don't know, when I'm drunk, when I have a couple of drinks, I tend to get a little bit more passionate about things that I'm pissed off with, or annoyed with in particular. Namely, fuck, I mean, look, I mean, I don't, as it increases to Medicare, combination of things, I think my recording might actually finish, that's alright. Never mind, I was yabbering on about crap, but my point is, I wasn't really yabbering on about crap, I was yabbering on about shit that I really found annoying. For example, this new Medicare levy, this new Medicare fucking thing where, you know, it's going to cost $7 per each person, especially somebody on a pension, or someone on a really, really low pension, and, you know, low-end stuff. What? low income especially. I mean, how the fuck are they going to afford the $7? And yeah, look, it's not all, and it's not everybody, and it's just frustrating. I don't get what the government's so adamant about. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with punishing people that. Look, there's nothing wrong with punishing people that are rorting the system. I'm not arguing that. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to do that. But at the same time, you don't want to you don't want to kick back and fucking fuck with legitimate people who have problems and issues. All right? Now, I don't know. Just me. It's stupid. It strikes me as stupid, to be honest, that they've got such a system in place and such a stupidity the entire thing that. Well, okay, hold on a second. You know, people who legitimately have a legitimate claim to stuff, sure. You know, look, to me, it's just stupid. They shouldn't bring that levy in. They should be able to put more money into the broadband in this country. They should be able to do a lot of things of that nature, but they're not. They're being idiots about it. I don't know. Sorry, I may have actually previously missed my recording because I didn't realise my camera had stopped recording. Well, that's fine, that's cool. What I was trying to say is, anyway, the point that I'm trying to come across is that broadband generally at the moment has just been shitting me in the way they're doing the system. The way they're setting it out, it's ridiculous. They should have... I mean, okay, we would have been getting 1,000 megabytes fibre at each home, and now we're not. We're getting it just like 50 to 100 megabytes to the node. No, it just... it doesn't sit well with me for the future of the infrastructure of this entire country and the business infrastructure. Yeah, the business infrastructure of the entire country too. So it honestly doesn't make sense to me, and I reckon it should be looked at as being a potential, like, you know, there needs to be more investment in it, basically. What else? I mean, look, as I said, Medicare's pissed me off. I think they shouldn't have to levy so much on that. I mean, look, you know, there's nothing wrong with being stringent about some things, but I mean, at the same time, look, most of the time, I find a percentage of people who rort the system are pretty vainly doing it. They'll point out if they're rorting the system. These people will vainly say that, you know, most of them they'll brag about it or something of that nature, right? Now, I don't understand why people would do that, but they do. They do have a tendency to do that. So at the end of it, most of the time you will find those people out, and you will find them eventually. But, you know, just, yeah, I don't know. I just don't think it's fair to people who have legitimate issues, you know, who have problems, and, you know, as I said, just not fair in my book. I don't think it's a fair system, and there should be a bit more consideration. You know, especially medical treatment. I mean, medical treatment is $7 per each. Yeah, I don't know. Just frustrates me. The current government frustrates me, and frustrates the hell out of me. On top of a couple of things they've actually done, which have been quite fucking funny to start with in the first place. Aside from that, fuck. I don't know. Aside from that, I think that's about it. I mean, look, I think I've covered myriad of subjects in that single time that I was doing that anyway. Now I'm going to catch up. Thank you very much, YouTube. Stay tuned. Got more obviously coming up. I don't know. I might have some rant videos. I might do something tonight. I'll see how I feel if I'm in the mood. Okay, catch up. Bye.